All right, why can't the Mariners hit, Bob? Do you have any ideas about that?
I know exactly why they can't hit.
They're no good?
They're very inexperienced. It's young guys, all in the midst, a lot of them in the midst of their first full season in the major leagues. And when the going gets tough, as it has for a lot of them, they don't have that guy to go to. They don't have that calming, experienced, has been successful at one point in their career guy to go to.
We had a great story. It's on the podcast with Mike Blowers on his show today, and he talked about when he came up with the Mariners and finally got a chance to play every day, it was because when Edgar Martinez got hurt. And he said what that meant for him was every day he'd go to the ballpark, he'd talk to Edgar Martinez, literally, and Edgar would tell him what the pitcher was like, what he'd do when he was in trouble, what he'd try to do to get him out, and basically give him a game plan, an approach for every at-bat. And able to do that, as Mike told us on the podcast. I mean, this is a two-time batting champion talking to him.
When he also talked about having Buhner there.
Sure,
Griffey
all
there.
those guys. Yeah, I mean, you had a bunch of guys. You had a wealth of guys.
Here,
now
you've got Brendan Ryan.
Right, and
Olivo.
that's pretty much it. I mean,
Ichiro,
different.
who's not a guy who's intermingling with everybody and sitting there communicating on that level. And hey,
Plus, who hits like he does anyway? I mean, what's he
Nobody
going to tell you? I mean,
so you don't have that guy.
you don't. You got a few veterans around to kind of stay in there and hang in there and do that sort of thing. But in terms of a touchstone to talk to like, hey, what's the approach here? How do you go about it? It's a pretty glaring hole. And Eric Wedge may have been talking about that a little bit when he talked about missing a big bopper after the game on Sunday.
Right. I mean, the anticipated big boppers are your young guys who will hopefully be that in the future. And Montero, Smoke has gotten hot lately, maybe Seager. So these are guys who are yet to develop into that role. And again, the veterans on this team can't speak from that area of success. Really, the only one who could is the least popular of the Mariners, and that's Sean Figgins, who had sustained success, was never a big hitter in terms of power, but very successful as far as average and getting on base and things like that. But he's so far out of the mix that what's he going to say? He's struggling as bad as anybody. So they are devoid of any veteran sage advice that can come from an area of success.
Is it fair to say things seem bleak right now? Yes. Yes, it is.